Good afternoon, welcome to a new market update in which we'll be discussing Solana, and there might be an altcoin that's actually going to follow suit with Solana. It might also be time to not be interested in Solana at all if you don't have an entry, but we'll be discussing the technicals of Solana in this video as well. But before we are going to continue, do not forget to subscribe beneath, like the YouTube update. Also do not forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram as I am posting daily content there. And do not forget to check out the website in the description beneath where you can become a trader and you can also follow my trades in the platform completely. When we are looking at the price action of Solana at this point, we can see a vertical road as we see on the chart here. Price has been accelerating quite fast since the crash in May, and actually before May it was also doing well already, and right now we can see that it pulled a almost 10x since the low in May. Does it mean that you should be getting interested into Solana at this stage? It doesn't show you any entries at all and you're quite late to the party. Is Solana the Ethereum of 2017? It simply looks like it will be the case, and the ecosystem is only growing and growing. But if you look at Ethereum in 2017, it also didn't grant you entries when something went vertical like this. I've also covered some other projects in 2021, Veracity when it was super high, Engine when it was super high, Theta when it was super high. And these all corrected heavily, even Dent have been correcting heavily, because when something is going vertical, it creates lots of FOMO and hype, through which people that are unknown with the markets feel like they want to jump into the markets at this point, as they see videos and content everywhere where Solana is pulling another 10x while it already went vertical. So you should always be critical when you're going to look at a certain position at this stage, and therefore Solana is not granting an entry at all. I've been covering this topic earlier, in which I've determined a few levels that you should be looking at if you want to take an entry. Yes, the crash of a few days ago went deeper than the actual level, but we've also got a beautiful retest here, and that was the first aggressive approach to take an entry from if you wanted to get into Solana. Why is that? Well, if you want to search for a potential entry, you're looking at order blocks or support resistance flips before it continues to run. When you do that and you're aiming for this level to be happening as a support resistance flip, your stop loss is easily placed beneath this low. Yes, in a crash we've gone through that and you would have been stopped out if you had bits, but I guess you wouldn't even be able to place a stop loss if your bits were filled, as it went so fast. In the second way, you would have placed your bid either beneath these lows here or beneath this low, and you would have been targeting the Fibonacci extension and the previous high, granting you a positive trade. So in the end, the aggressive approach is resulting in a better approach than when you're going to FOMO into a project at all. Right now, Solana is going vertical. When we're looking at the daily structure, the levels are still the same. So at this point, based on a daily time frame, I'm not interested in Solana at all. And there are a few other ones that are doing the exact same structure. Fantom is doing the exact same. When you're looking at this in a daily structure, the only level that comes up is the level around 91 cents. We might be getting some levels here around 135, but for that we have to zoom in, through which when we are zooming in, it will only grant you a riskier play, through which you should assume that your size of the trade is going to decrease. So we can see some serious levels here. The entire block, also a beautiful retest, granting you a beautiful trade at this point. Right now we might be flipping the level around $1.45 as a potential entry, but overall this one went vertical as well, granting you not an entry. So which one is going to follow suit? Well, there are multiple ones looking the same as Solana before Solana made its run. One of them, Algorand, is already breaking out nicely, and the beautiful part of Algorand is that it shows those cycles. So we've had a beautiful run here in March or in 2020, sideways action, another impulse wave takes place, the high is taken, new rally, another beautiful corrective move, and from that we can see that this high was taken and another beautiful impulse wave took place. Sideways action, retest of the previous high, continuation happening, and a new impulse wave started. If this is going to be copy pasting here, or it's going to copy paste, we most likely get a flip around $1.68, and then we're going to expand ourselves. Based on the Fibonacci extension of the previous run, the target zone became 2618, through which the same Fibonacci extension can be done in this run, through which we can start targeting a level around $4.45 to $5 as the next target zone for this impulse wave on Algo. When we're looking at Algo against Bitcoin, it shows that it's breaking out of this accumulation range. So it has been acting inside this range for almost a year and finally broke out upwards, through which an impulse wave starts. Should you be FOMOing into this one at this stage? Of course not. You would be looking at lower time frame retest, or at least lower level retest, before you can grant yourself an entry. And history shows that it has deep corrections on Algo. But when we are looking at altcoins that are actually breaking out of their accumulation ranges, and one that might be following suit with Solana at this point, I can't deny, or I can't erase Atom at this point, as it's just looking amazing after 2 years of sideways consolidation. Once it breaks out of that consolidation structure, it will have a pretty big impulse wave. So if I would have to choose a coin that's going to follow Solana, and it has to be a layer 1 solution, it either be Tezos, Polkadot, or it's going to be Cosmos, and given the structure it looks amazing. So what do we see on the Bitcoin pair for Cosmos? Nice breakout upwards, 2 years accumulation range, some beautiful retests happening here, levels got retested, and before that and after that we can see that we've got continuation. Most likely we'll see some retest around 5100 sets before we're going to continue moving to the upside. Looking at the USDT structure, nice retest of the level, regained everything that he lost, or that it lost in the crash a few days ago, and I think that we're going to continue moving and we're going to break the highs, through which the next target zone I'm looking at for Cosmos is 47.50 and $72. I hope you have enjoyed this small update. I'll be back later tomorrow with a fresh new one. Don't forget to subscribe and like the YouTube update, and I'll see you again soon.